Tonight, Prime Minister Julia Gillard's popularity hits a new low. The state government welcomed the migration policies to tackle the skills shortage problems. Good evening.
Also in the bulletin, Hong Kong book fairs attract less than the expected amount of people. And England's Premier League trophy has arrived in Perth.
Most Australians are back from work tonight, including our Prime Minister Julia Gillard, back from work on saving her popularity. The latest Nielsen poll shows that the coalition has 61% on two-party preferred votes, while Labor only has 39%. Labor's primary vote is the lowest in 39 years, as they only have 26%, while the coalition has 51%. On the preferred Prime Minister poll, Tony Abbott has 51%, while Julia Gillard has 40%. This tax has met strong opposition as the rising utilities and food prices pushing the cost of living ever higher. Despite the government rolled out compensation packages and promises petrol will be excluded from the tax, only 6% of interviewees felt they would be better off, while 53% says they would be worse off and 37% says they would make no difference.
Last week, the state government released the new rapid transit plan for Perth up to 2031, as the demand of public transport raised dramatically. But the public and some city councils have had a negative response to the proposal.
The Premier, Colin Barnett, denies he's broken any promise to build a train line to Ellenbrook, stating that he only said that his government would look into it if elected into a second term. He added that the population of the area did not justify a rail extension to Ellenbrook. The suggestions of broken promises come as city councils and the public respond to the new Perth 2031 Transport Extension Plan. Copa City Mayor Logan Howlett voiced concerns that the plan is too far off and that action needed to be taken now, especially on the issue of light rail.
Aimed at the business case for introducing light rail along 3 corridors running from Fremantle down through Coburn and out through the city of Melville. So we see that as an integral part of the future of our cities, and for it to happen now and not later. We're not wanting this to happen in 10 years, we want it to happen in the next 2 to 3 years.
However, Transport Minister Troy Buswell has stated that it is too early to say when light rail could be built or how much it would cost. He also stated that the plan was a planning framework to work from.
I anticipate, for example, in and around light rail, it could take us 2 years to do the route design, the engineering work and the financial analysis before we'll be in a position to consider procurement options.
Moyukh, Muzahid, DHK News.
Skill shortages has been a long problem in Western Australia, and the state government welcomes the Federal Immigration Minister Chris Bowen's decision to rebrand Perth as a regional area for migration. But the union's WA has accused the state government of neglecting West Australians, as the youth unemployment is currently above 20%.
More and more workforces are needed in Western Australia, in all aspects, as the state is growing fast. The move will attempt to bring in more skilled or semi-skilled foreign workers in job-needed areas like aged care, childcare and scaffolding. The state government is glad about the plan, as both Federal Immigration Minister Chris Bowen and Peter Collider have negotiated for this deal for a long period. However, the Western Australian Union has slammed the decision, saying that the number of unemployed people has increased by nearly half since 2008. They also accused the government of choosing foreign workers over Western Australian. Western Australian Labor has responded to our inquiry and expressed that it is clear that Western Australia has a number of large-scale projects that will need additional workers in a short space of time. All governments have a responsibility to ensure that the right training programs are being put in place to ensure the domestic workforce can take advantage of the economic opportunities. However, since the scale of project in Western Australia is quite large, it is likely that we will need to utilize skilled foreign workers. Isabel, Huther, DHK News.
And to Hong Kong stories now, and the yearly book fair exhibition has opened on Wednesday at the Convention Centre in Wan Chai. The fair will feature nearly 300 cultural events under the theme Reading the World, Reading as Self-Discovery. However, numbers of people who turned up for this year's event are less than expected.
The Hong Kong Book Fair began on Wednesday and will continue until July 26. About 1,000 people rounded up for entry from 5 a.m. that morning. Those people are running to buy those Leung photo collection at the book fair. Even though crowds drawing Leung are still banned from holding book signings or sexy publicity events within the event premise, 1 million visitors are expected for the week-long event, which the Independent has dubbed a social phenomenon. A new e-publishing section launched this year named the Digital Reading Interactive Zone. More than 20 companies from around the world will be selling e-book readers and other devices in this section. Benjamin Chow Kai Leung, the deputy executive of the HKTDC, says the e-book readership is at nearly 30%, a fair number for a burgeoning industry. He also thinks that there is a record breaking again from visitors 92,000 people from last year. This year, Hong Kong Book Fair has 524 exhibitors, 300 cultural events. Book Fair will continue until July 26. John White, DHK News, Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong District Council election is coming up in November this year, and the Democratic Party is planning to run for 125 seats. 5 electoral members are also planning to contest a district seat in order to seek nomination for the new electoral functional seats next year. Leung, who chairs the Democrats' election committee, says the party hopes to run the political reform issue to disadvantage in the district polls.
Police in Chile's capital, Santiago, say a man who boarded an underground train suddenly pulled out a gun and began shooting the passengers. They say he killed 2 people and wounded 4 more before leaving the station and killing himself. Chile correspondent Brian Ramir has the report.
Our investigation continues Monday after a subway shooting in Chile capital left at least 3 deaths and 4 injured over the weekend. Authorities said a gunman killed 2 people when he opened fire inside a subway car at Santiago Metro station on Sunday. A minute later, the suspected gunman killed himself outside the Plaza de Maipú station. Investigative police of Chile said the shooter was former janitor of the agency. He was relieved of his duties in 1994 after repeat misconduct, police said. Authorities were still investigating the shooting. Chilean students rolled up a giant ball during a demonstration imitating the television series Dragon Ball Z, where the main character Goku asked for a Genki Dama to save the education and make the Chilean government listen to their demands at Plaza de Armas in Santiago de Chile. Artistic interpretation is every day more important in catching and keeping the public eye. After months of protest, students reached internet fame after a flash move performed Thriller for Education a few weeks ago for the 2 years anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. For DSK News, Brian Ramirez, Santiago, Chile.
Here's Isabel Huther with the latest sports news.
Thanks guys, welcome to the evening sports news. Urauary struck twice in 3 minutes as Urauary beat Peru and a 2-0 in an enthralling encounter to reach the Copa American final and remain on course for a record 15 title. Urauary went ahead 8 minutes into the second half when Diego Forlan, the 2010 World Cup's best player, shot left-footed from outside the box, forcing Raul Fernandez into a diving save and into the net from the rebound from a tight angle. Urauary scored again 3 minutes later to ensure the victory. And finally tonight, if you love soccer, then I don't think you want to miss out on our shot from yesterday's England Premier League trophy that was held on display at the Coles Claremont yesterday afternoon. Perth Glory star Chris Coyne also attended, as this activity helped raising funds for a charity.
It's always good to get out in the community and give something back. Sports for Schools program is obviously a good program because gets kids playing sport and exercising, and obviously Australia's got a bit of a obesity problem at the moment.
Fremantle Docker players have also attended the event and told us that they're ready for the derby match against the West Coast Eagles.
The Eagles have been playing well this year, and they also beat us at the start of the year. So, you know, we're prepared to beat them this week, and it's going to be awesome.
And that's all from the sports team here. Have a great night. Ivan, Anna.
A very good course indeed.
That's right, Ivan.
And that's how the world looks tonight.
Great to have your company. Good night.
Good night.